Hi everybody, Steve Cheetham here, and for those who know me, I'm still here, and I'd like to tie another spider. As you know, I'm a pretty keen fisherman of the North Country spiders, and a few weeks ago I tied the partridge and orange, and one or two people have come back to me and said, would I tie another one? So what I thought I'd do this time would be a Waterhen blower. So we've got the partridge spider hook in there. I'll just put my welding glasses on because I can't see without them. My spider hook. We're going to be using Pearsall's, and it's the Pearsall's like a primrose yellow. Not too bright, not, it's just a nice little yellow one. Right, I'll go through the other bits and pieces. Oh no, I'll go through one or two bits and pieces now. Right, for the hackle we're going to be using Waterhen. Okay, so that's the Waterhen wing, and normally the feathers that we'll be using are from around here. Okay, there's only around about 8 or 10 per wing that are really good feathers, so you may get away with one or two down here, these shorter ones, particularly on say a size 16, whereas this is a size 14. So as you can see here, all the feathers have gone. They really, I've taken them off and used them. Now, if you get really short, there's no reason why you can't use these feathers from the upper coverts around here. There are some rather nice ones, and for instance, something like that, okay, is okay, and it's a lovely sort of olive colour as well. So there's no reason you can't really use those. I know Paul Proctor suggested that to me, and I do tie quite a few with those. So what we're looking for, which feather we're looking for, are the spoon shape. Okay, it's a nice spoon shaped feather. It's very silvery on the upper, on the side that we want to use, facing forwards, and it's darker on the back. Now, Waterhen blower, Waterhen blower. The blower is the colour, and in Old English, blower means a bluey, greyy cloud. Up in the sky, you look at the clouds up there, and you see these lighter grey clouds. So the Waterhen blower is similar to the colour of the clouds. So we're going to be using that lighter colour tied on forwards. Okay, I'll come to the mole later. Right, for the tying of it, as I did with the partridge and orange, just get one wrap on, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can put 7 on if you want. 6 wraps of feather. Get your Waterhen, hold it by the tip and stroke them back like that. Okay, that's the tip. You're going to be tight, and that's what the feather will look like. So what we're going to do now, you may not see this, but I'm just going to hold it on and tie that feather on there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can trim off that end there. Okay, so that feather's nicely sticking out, and it's the dark side up, silver side facing downwards. The darker side of the feather goes up. So I've done 6 wraps there, cut off the tip of the feather. Now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still one sticking up there. I'll just take that off. Come on. Get off. There we are. Right, 6 wraps to tie the feather on, 6 wraps to take the thread down a bit. Now then, what we need to do is to prepare to put some mole on. And I tend to use a tacky wax, fly tier's tacky wax, okay? And if I hold it up like that, I just stroke the thread with it, just get a bit of tacky on it, there, that's fine. You can dub it, you can use ordinary wax. I just find the tacky wax a bit easier. Mole, okay? I've never seen a square mole with a tail before, but there you go. So just pluck off a bit of mole. That's all you need. You don't even need that. Okay, now just touch the thread. And you don't need much on. My old fly tying tutor, John Gilpin, always used to say, can you see that? That mole has got to be as fine as the hairs on your wife's chin. Okay? No more. You don't have to dub it on like that. So it's a very, very fine dubbing. Now go round to the end. There. Now come back in open turns. Reasonably open to the base of your hackle. Okay? And lift the feather up. Take 2 or 3 wraps in front. Now we're ready to wrap the hackle round. So you should be able to see the thread through that mole. Okay? Off we go. 1 wrap. 2 wraps. Now if you want to, you could leave it there with 2 wraps. Don't forget, the more hackle is on the fly, the slower it will sink. I prefer 3 wraps. Okay, so I've gone 3 wraps. 3 wraps of Waterhen. Just go forward a little bit, get the hackles, and then go over with a couple of wraps of thread, or 3 wraps, just to tie it in. Get your scissors, open the scissors, don't snip, just push, and it will just cut the thread. Okay, right, now then, they're a bit straggly. Just coax them back a little bit with your fingers, just go over, finger and thumb, just put a couple of wraps there. Okay, and that does force them back a little bit, and then you can tie off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now if those hackles are sticking together, okay, all you have to do is get your fingernail on the eye of the hook and ping it like that. Just ping it, and that sends all the hackles, and it separates them all. Okay, so we've got the hackle on now. Okay, now don't forget, when you're fishing upstream, those hackles are sticking out like that, and they're imitating the legs and the wings of the fly that are that are struggling. They've got caught in the rapids, they've got caught in the water, they can't get out, and they're tumbling down. Okay, so if you're fishing up or across, that's the whole idea. If you let that fly swing downstream, the water flow is going to go over it like that, go straight over that fly, and it'll push those hackles back like that. Okay, now what do you see? If I push them back again like that, it's like a nymphal shape. Okay, just like a nymph. So that fly, when it's coming towards you, will be like that if you're reeling back in. But if you raise your rod about 6 inches or 9 inches, something like that, and drop it, those hackles will go like that. Drop your rod, the hackles go back. So you're pulsating, you're drawing up, letting it go. Drift your rod, drop your rod. So those are, that's the movements. It's like the induced take. So just flick it back like that and they all come out. So that is your Waterhen blower. See if you can see it a bit better there. Not really, but I'm not very good at the focusing on this. Okay, we've got it there. That's the Waterhen blower. Okay, if there's any questions, anything like that, just leave a note on Facebook, something like that, and I'll come back to you. Thank you all. Enjoy.